Hey, it's Dr. Joe, and welcome to another episode of Bring On 60, my weekly show that follows my journey as I try to get into the best shape of my life by my 60th birthday later this year. So I appreciate everyone who's been watching and writing in, and I know I've been having a good time doing the weekly show, and I hope everyone's been enjoying it. If you got any ideas or any suggestions, please write in. I'd love to hear from everyone. If there's certain things you want me to discuss or certain things you'd like to see, just let me know. So this week's episode, it's kind of I'm going to start off with a kind of an episode of some announcements first. I have 3 announcements to make for this week. So let's see. So first announcement, I actually just started a group page on Facebook, and it's called Bring On 60. And I did it so that people that are kind of any age, but I'm thinking more like people at 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, people that want to get together and chat about health and fitness. That's what the page is there for. Maybe share ideas. I'm going to try to be on there every day. You know, if people have questions for me, I'm going to try to post information about health and fitness for people over 45, 50, whatever. And I want to make it kind of a good community page so that everyone can learn from each other and also improve their health and fitness. So anyways, check out the Facebook page. It's a public page. It's called Bring On 60, obviously. And so check that out. So that's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2. As many of you know from watching the show, a few times I've made jokes about how my pre-workout drink has always been coffee. As I'm heading to the gym now to work out. Been drinking coffee for years before I work out. I have never been into like a pre-workout drink itself. My pre-workout drink is always coffee. But what I've been doing for months now is I've been trying to do different coffee formulas to try to improve on my pre-workout coffee. I've been adding different things to it just for myself, you know, like trying to come up with ideas to help, you know, your focus and your energy and all that before you train and work out. And it's funny, I've come up with a blend that I just think, I mean, personally, I think it's awesome. I mean, it's just I've been using it now for a few weeks. And I'm telling you, it really has been helping my training. And after a while now, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna like bring this out to everybody. And so keep your eyes open, because in the next few weeks, guess what? We're gonna do a Bring On 60 pre-workout coffee is gonna be available. So I'm dying to share it with everybody. It's been a journey of trying to find the exact blend that I find that personally I like. And we'll be making more announcements about the Bring On 60 coffee as it gets closer to a release date, but keep your eyes open for that. That was announcement number 2. Announcement number 3, I have decided, because I've been enjoying my training so much, that I am going to jump back into the bodybuilding world and start doing some masters competitions for over 60. So, as many of you know, when I was in my 40s, I had won Masters Nationals for people over 40. Then I kind of retired. I haven't competed in bodybuilding actually since 2009. And once in a while I used to think about doing Masters Nationals for 50s. Never did it. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to do over 60 Nationals. So unfortunately, I don't turn 60 till September. And Masters Nationals is in July, so I don't qualify for this year. But what I've decided to do is I have to do one show before Masters Nationals to qualify for Masters Nationals. So I'm going to do a competition. There's an over 60 division I found in some shows that are in the fall. So I'm going to do a show in the fall for over 60, and then I will plan on doing Masters Nationals in July of 2025. So anyways, I'm looking forward to that. I will go over, as the time comes, my training, what I'm using for my diet, my cardio, all that fun stuff. I'll be sharing with everybody, so keep tuned for that. But the first show will be probably it looks like it's going to be maybe November-ish, the first competition, so I probably won't go into contest prep for that till, usually I used to do 16 weeks before, so anyways, keep posted for that. So those are my 3 announcements. Heading into the gym, gonna catch an arm workout, and of course we'll do a weigh-in and a physique update after training today. So anyways, once again, thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. So in today's episode, I want to spend a little time talking about hips. This is an area of the body that, as we get older, starts causing a lot of problems for a lot of different people. And there's basically 3 main things we can do to help our hips. First, the amount of body weight we carry. The hips are a weight-bearing joint, and so extra body weight means extra stress on the hips. Keep in mind, studies have shown that for every 1 pound of body weight that you add to your body, it's like putting 4 pounds of body weight on all your weight-bearing joints. So in other words, if you are currently overweight, if you were to lose 20 pounds, it's like taking 80 pounds off of your hips. So keep that in mind, that body weight plays a big role in the problems that we have with our weight-bearing joints. So when we talk about arthritic changes, and arthritis is a normal part of the aging process. However, there's things we can do to help that, and one thing is body weight. It helps tremendously. So that's number 1. Number 2, mobility work, keeping those hips mobile. We'll talk more about that in an upcoming video on what we can do for mobility work on the hips, because today I want us to focus in on strengthening the hips. There's a lot of things we can do to keep the hips strong. So I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite just hip strengthening exercises. They're simple hip strengthening exercises that can be done pretty much anywhere, any place. I find these 3 hip exercises very, very helpful for myself. I like to run, and I've always noticed, especially in recent years, when I start upping my mileage, my left hip starts getting a little stiff. But by doing these exercises, for me, I use them as a preventative measure. As from doing these exercises just a couple times a week, it kind of keeps that stiffness away, and I generally don't have any trouble with my hip when I increase my mileage. Other people, if you're currently having trouble with your hips, these exercises are also fine to perform. If they hurt, obviously skip any of the exercises that hurt. But in general, these are very basic, simple exercises that everyone should be doing to try to maintain strength around the hips. First exercise we're going to do, it's a hurdle exercise. So find something that you can step over. Start with something comfortable, so relatively low, and as you get a little bit better at it, you can build up the height a little bit. But if I line up my right leg, line up your right leg with whatever you put in front of you here. And now I'm going to use my left leg to hurdle over the object. So I'm going to come over like in a hurdle position like this. I'm going to touch my foot down. As soon as I touch down, I'm going to come back the opposite direction. So just like that, I'm going to hurdle over and then hurdle back. And I'm going to do this 10 times. So basically when I go from here to here, that's 1 rep. And we're going to do this 10 times. Then of course we're going to switch, do the other side 10 times, and I want you to do 3 sets on each side. Okay, so that's exercise number 1. Okay, exercise number 2, just get up against the wall. This is one of my favorites, and I find that this one is probably the one that helps my left hip for running the most. What you do is, say I'm working my left side, I'm going to bring my leg up like this. Now, what I like about this exercise too is kind of a double hit. You're going to work the hip on each side while you're doing this one exercise. So I'm going to use, with this leg against the wall, I'm going to be pushing this leg into the wall, so it's going to be pushing my body away from the wall. And because I'm pushing my body away from the wall, this right hip has to activate also to keep me from falling over, okay? So you're activating the muscles around both hips at the same time. So I'm going to get up as close to the wall as I can. I usually just kind of put my arms in like this. I'm pushing my left leg against the wall, so I'm activating here. At the same time, I'm activating here. And then what I do is I make like a running motion, like a circular motion, like with my leg. The whole time I'm doing this, I am pushing it against the wall. So I get this slow burn going here and here. It's an awesome, awesome exercise. So what I do is I come up, I straighten my leg, I come all the way across straight, then I bend it back up again, straighten the leg out, come back up, and I would do 10 to 15 revolutions just like this. It's one of those exercises that starts off, it's like, is this doing anything? By the third, fourth, fifth revolution, you start feeling the burn. So start off with maybe say 10, build up to 15, and do it 3 times on one side, and then of course get up against the wall on the opposite side and do 3 sets on the other side. Okay, and the third and final exercise, an oldie but a goodie, a side plank with a clamshell. So get on your elbow like this, bend the knees, put your arm, just relax it here. You're gonna push into a side plank, lift up the hips. Once again, this is one of those exercises, it's kind of a double activation. I'm activating the muscles on that hip, and then we're gonna add a side plank, open up, activating this side, come back down, touch down, come back up, open up, come back down, just like that. Once this feels comfortable, you can always add a resistance band or put a light weight on the top of this leg, or put a resistance band around both knees so that you have a little resistance on the clamshell part of the motion. A lot of times I don't even feel like that's necessary. Once again, start off with 10 reps, try to build up to 15, even 20 reps. Do 3 sets on one side and do 3 sets on the other side. So there you have it. Those are 3 really solid go-to hip exercises that just to maintain integrity of the hips, to keep those muscles around the hips strong. And you'll be surprised if you keep the muscles around the hips strong, if you keep the hips mobile, if you keep your body weight at a reasonable level, you can keep all your original body parts for your entire life. So this is an important subject. We're talking about hips. So anyways, start working those exercises into your weekly routine. Like I said, I personally use them a couple times a week, and I find a great deal of benefit from them, okay? So best of luck to everybody. Okay, just finished up the workout. Let's get that weekly weigh-in in. Where are we at this week? 146.6. So we're up a little bit. Totally not surprised I'm up a little bit, because I'm telling you, I am consuming a lot of food. Even though, I eat a very clean diet, but I've been really making an effort to up my calories. So anyways, because I've been feeling good, feeling strong, and I'm going with it. You know, when things are working, you double down on what's working, and right now the training is working, and I'm increasing calories. So quick physique update. Let's see how things look. I think we're up about 1.5 pounds from last week. So let's take a look to see how things look. Okay. All right, as I said, making a comeback later this year, so I'm going to really be winding up on the physique updates, on the posing, trying to really get back into the old days, because it's been a while since I've really done a ton of contest prep and posing prep. So anyways, I hope everyone has a great week this coming week. Like we always say, Make sure you do a little something extra this week coming up to improve your health or fitness, whether it's nutrition-wise, training-wise, but just a little something extra so that you make little gradual improvements every week, all right? So best of luck to everybody. Stay young, train hard.